equation vocabulary organizer. You have your vocabulary words along with the definitions that are going to be very important as you make your way through this algebra course. So our first word is variable. This represents a symbol that has an unknown value, a value that we do not know. So usually it is represented by a letter. Most of the time we use X, but you can use any letter that you like. So you see A, X, and Y here. You can choose B. You can choose B, C, D, any letter that you like, okay? Then our next word is constant. This is a number that is going to be by itself. We have coefficient. This is a number that is multiplied by a variable. When you see it, you'll see the number right beside the variable. When they're together, it means you need to multiply them. So 8 would be the coefficient, and then Y would be the variable because it represents an unknown number. And then we have operator. That is your plus, minus, your multiplication, your addition, your subtraction, and your division. Those are operation symbols. Our next thing is term. So in your equation that you're creating, you'll have a term, which is a single number, a variable, or numbers and variables that are multiplied together. And you will have more than one in an equation. Followed by expression, which is a term or combinations of terms. So you have 2, 2x, 2x plus 7, etc. And then lastly, an equation is a mathematical sentence that shows that two expressions, which we see here, are equal. And you will see the equal sign when you have an equation. So expression, you will not see the equal sign. And then the equation, you will see the equal sign. So let's look at this equation right here. I have 5x plus 9 is equal to 24. What I want you to do is pause the video and I want you to label each part of this equation using the vocabulary we just reviewed. Okay, so again, you're going to pause the video, label this, and then you're going to unpause it and we'll go over the answers. Alrighty, so you guys just labeled this on your own, and now let's review. So hopefully you circled the 5, and that represents a coefficient. Okay, because it is a number that is attached to a variable, meaning they're going to be multiplied together. Then you circle the x as a variable because it represents an unknown number. And then we have two different expressions. So remember, the expression does not have the equal sign. So on the left side of the equal sign, we have 5x plus 9. That is one expression by itself because it's a mixture of more than one term. And then on the right side of the equal sign, we have 24, which is another expression. It represents a term number. And then within this entire equation, you have three terms, 5x, 9, and 24. So let's look at this a little bit further. In our equation vocabulary sheet, I'm going to do some with you, and then you guys are going to do the rest with a partner, and then a few on your own. So let's look at number 1. I have in 3x plus 7 equals 32. 7 is a or an what? Okay? If I'm confused and I don't remember, I can go back and look at my example. So if I look at my example, 7, or even my definitions, that number 7 is by itself. So this 7 is going to be a constant. Okay? Now I'm looking at in 3x plus 7 equals 32. 3 is a or an. Again, if you're not sure, you can go back and look at the example, or you can go back and look at the vocabulary. So when I go back and look, I know that 3 is attached to the x. It's right beside the x. So this must be a coefficient. Right? let's do one more, and then you're going to work on the next few with a partner and the last two on your own. So I have 3x plus 7 is equal to 32. Same problem. Now I'm looking at the x. I know that an x or any letter represents an unknown number, and that is a variable. So you're going to go ahead and copy that down. Okay? These next ones here are going to be with a partner. And these last two are going to be individual on your own. Okay? I'm going to set the timer, and then after about 7 minutes, we're going to come back and review the answers together. All right, we just reviewed the answers. So our exit ticket for today is below. I just want to review it with you just a little bit. So again, we put your name and today's date. On this side, the left-hand side, you guys are going to look at the number sentence below, or another name for a number sentence is equation. And you're going to match the terms in the second column to the terms in the first column. Now, this word terms is different from the vocabulary word that we used earlier. This word terms is the same as vocabulary word.